Oh, the clowns aren't here. That's right, they're not here.
What?
They're in that world.
What do you mean they're in this world right now? All of them?
Ha ha! All of them are in that world.
Wait, where's the book?
It's a book of the sequel. Yes. And the only way to get him out, the only way is to review the OVAs, the sequel to this harem fan service anime.
Why would you do this? I gotta review the other one to get him out.
The book is in this studio.
There he is over here.
All right, where's that monkey? And the book. There you are! Hand over that book right now! Like I would ever give the book back! I've got the universes of the four gods! Once I put you in the book, then I take over the studio and I'll be the host! Ha ha! Ha ha! Prepare to go into the harem fan service! Ha ha! Now that I have taken over this studio, everything is mine! I will be the host! I! Ha ha! Oh, my chest! That monkey, I swear to gosh. When I get my hands on him, I'm gonna... Oh, great, I'm stuck inside the book, but I gotta find my clones. Well, I guess it's time to review it, shall we? And look for my clones. So, the plot pretty much takes place right after the main series, the TV show. So, Miyaka and Tamahome are together. Tamahome is now in our world. They return to normal life after the events of the book. However, a new villain appears, and he has the master plan of, well, I don't want to say too much due to spoilers, but he's just a typical villain that wants to actually do something else entirely. Strange supernatural incidents begin happening in the real world due to him. Tamahome mysteriously disappears, and the group discovers the new threat connecting to the Four Gods universe that has slipped into modern Tokyo. Miyaka, Yui, and the Suzaki warriors will now have to confront a new figure, a dangerous one in fact, to bring Tamahome back. And this is technically where the story begins, at least for part 1, and then onward and onward we get the final conclusions. There's only like 9 episodes in this OVA, but it is the full conclusion, which this OVA actually deals with a lot more dark illusions, emotional tension, and the lingering curse left behind after the final battle with Nakago. But I will tell you this, though, since this is an OVA, there is going to be more mature things in this series, along with eerie stuff and psychological viewpoints of the characters, seeing things that, well, is it true or what? Definitely there was a twist in the beginning of this show. So, like I mentioned, this is actually the final portion of the story, since the OVA adapts the final chapters of the manga that were not animated into the TV series. We continue with the characters that have to deal with a new threat, but it's a lot darker. I mean, even though the show actually went in some dark territories, this one definitely bumps it up a notch because it's an OVA. The OVA, though, has a lot more action and it's more emotional, focusing mainly on Tamahome and Miyaka's relationship and the final true end of the original story. So, I will tell you this. When watching it, I did think this way when it comes to Miyaka and Yui getting back together after the book. Miyaka along with Yui go back into the book once again to deal with the new threat, and you actually see that they've grown a lot since then. At first though, I did feel odd about Yui knowing what happened between them during the show, So it feels, well, you're gonna feel a little iffy because knowing what happened previously, I mean, people are gonna either bash on Yui for what happened in the show, but at least in here, in this sequel, she has definitely changed from her TV show counterpart. Well, not counterpart, I would just say it's a year has gone by or so. She's very different now. She's actually better than she was previously. She actually becomes the friend that you would ask for. I did have issues with her character in the show, but this does improve her. Still can't forget though what happened, but hey, at least she's improved, right? Things can be forgiven. The humor is still there. There's also twists and turns in this short OVA series. And I will say what threw me off was there is a bit of a time jump for a short one that does happen after part 1. Part 1 was actually shorter than part 2, so I was very surprised. Also, why is this character showing up naked? Heck, there is more nudity in this OVA. There was some in the show, but this actually goes full throttle. I'm like, why? And I get OVAs can put a lot more stuff in their product, but like, why? What's the purpose? Oh wait, am I progressing? I think I found a clue. Ah, clone number 1 must be nearby. Most of the Suzaku warriors do get more backstories, but mainly Chichiri. This kid still doesn't get much. I will say the final battle in this OVA, it was very anticlimactic. Well, at least part 2. Every time an episode starts, it would show a preview of what the battle was going to be. But this ended up not being the case, so it's false advertising. So while it's a satisfying conclusion, it was kind of odd how it ended, more like an abrupt ending, which is like, okay. Now, of course, the animation, still that 90s charm from the original, but of course, since it's an OVA, there's going to be more details in this show. So that was nice. And of course, we all know the characters. Miyaka is a bit more mature than she was in the show. I mean, love or hate her or whatever. She's Miyaka. And of course, Yui has changed for the better. Tamahome has his moments. Most of the Suzaku warriors have their moments and to reflect on their humanity and their, well, I don't want to say too much because this also spoils the show, so I'll back away from that. Now the villain, you sort of get what he wants, and there's actually even a flashback of him, which is also another twist to the whole book. But it's very short, and like I said, the battle was so quick that it was like, okay, it didn't take that much to fight the villain, I guess. It was so short. All right, clone number 1. I know you're here somewhere. Oh, there you are. Wait a minute.
So wait, you got here because of the Book of the Four Gods?
Is that
there
all
was
of them?
only one.
Wait. Are they just hanging out with those characters? They're absolutely fine. Hey!
Who the heck are you?
I'm Arturo, thank you very much. I'm actually the real Arturo. These are my clones. I thought you guys were in danger.
Jeez! First you have 4, then another one shows up. This day keeps getting weirder.
Was not expecting to see another one of them. He's so normal.
You got that right? You know?
You don't even know who put you in the book? That monkey. A monkey? Well, I didn't even pay attention to what the heck happened. I was like doing my own thing, and then all of a sudden we ended up here. What? Well, to be honest, I did see clone number 1 reading the book, and then he saw this monkey outside. He kind of just let him on in, and then even handed him the book. I didn't even realize what he was gonna do. He looked like a very nice monkey. Hold on. You let that monkey in our studio only for him to trap you in this book? Oh my gosh. Well, I'm trapped in here now. We gotta figure out a way to get out. And we gotta put a stop to him, whatever he's planning. Well, how are we gonna do that, Arturo? We're all stuck in the book. Well, either way, we need to get out of here.
Actually, we might be able to help you with that. You know?
Can you guys really do that? Because we really need to get back to our studio. And I'm also trying to review this OVA at the same time. When it comes to my enjoyment, so here's the thing. I did enjoy the show for what it was as a 90s anime, mixed with this feel of Inuyasha, as a girl is, well, yeah, taken in to an isekai world, though it's very different. This was Inuyasha before Inuyasha that I mentioned previously. The OVA concludes, and I'm down with it. I like that it actually had the final conclusion. While I thought the show would end everything, in the end, this is the actual conclusion people would probably want. However, what threw me off was part 1 being short. Part 2 was the finale section. And the ending, I actually like the first ending. That was really cool. Very 90s. Second ending was okay. There is really no opening. I mean, there's a song that plays and shows what's happening. And there's also time jumps in between certain things that occur. So we just got to go in with the flow of what's going on. But like I said, I do like this 90s feel. The art style, the backgrounds, everything is so cozy. And watching this OVA makes me feel very nostalgic if you like 90s animation from that time period. Could be cartoons or it could be anime. But yeah, I would say that this OVA, while it is short, it does conclude the story. And it's literally just, that's it. All right, so I think what you should do is go into my studio, get the book, stop the monkey.
I'm using all my power to get you out of this book. Just make sure you stop them before they can use the book again.
All right, guys, we're going back. And don't be fooled by that monkey again. He's such a pain. Ha ha ha! Ha! How did you? You're going down, Buster. Let's get him, boys. Oh no. Well, Fushigi Yûgi, the OVA, I'd say it is a pretty good conclusion to the story. Also, in a sense, bittersweet, but still a good conclusion. Do I think it's better than the show? I don't know. I mean, they kind of flow nicely with each other. If you just watch the show and then jump right into the OVA, it's literally just a sequel. Personally, I would say, in my verdict, if you like 90s animation, watch the OVA after watching the show. But if you're not really into romance, then, or you know, certain things like this, or you didn't like the show, then it ain't gonna be for you. Personally, I'd say I enjoyed my time watching it, and that's all I gotta say. I enjoyed my time watching it. Of course, there's gonna probably be some cons here and there. I do have some issues with certain things that happened, or characters doing this or that, or even specific things with characters that people can't really physically touch, but they're still able to touch them, like like ghosts. Like, that made kind of no sense. But other than that, though, it's still a fun time. I still prefer Inuyasha because that was what got me into anime to begin with, but this is sort of the Inuyasha before Inuyasha, so there's just something cozy about it. I just like that 90s feel, and it was enjoyable. But that's all I gotta say about the OVA. It's a good conclusion to Fushigi Yûgi. Well, that's it for today, folks. I hope you enjoyed this adventure. Glad we're out of the book. I will mention this about Fushigi Yûgi's OVA. This is Media Blaster Anime Works, and the quality is not great, to be honest. Well, I watched it all on Crunchyroll. The quality was so much better, but the DVD, and unfortunately this is the only way to watch it, it's just the DVD. They don't even have a Blu-ray set for the show or the OVA. And that's a problem because the quality of the OVA is not good. Not good at all, but I mean, it will suffice if you want to collect the show or watch it. But yeah, if you want a better high quality, Crunchyroll. Anyways, peace everybody.